Oh, hell yeah.
All right, here we go. The late night happy hour is back on a Tuesday. We got two people apparently who are very well known with coronavirus. Justin Turner. We'll have to get into that story. The Dodgers win. Dodgers win. Dodgers win. And poor Allie has something. Alex, if you want, I put her up next to you, so you might want to mask up. I feel
Well,
I
she
feel
should
safe
mask
about
up,
you
right?
guys. Yeah. She's gonna. I think she's going to huff and puff her way through like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But we need some conspiracy theories on a Tuesday. We might need a couple of F-bombs for whatever topic we bring up. But yeah, Allie, can we start out with why you look okay, but you sound like ass? What's wrong?
I feel like ass. I do not have the coronavirus. I have the Las Vegas flu, which, a lot of people know about. It's when your friends come in town and you party with them too hard. And this is my college roommate. She's in town from Portland. We used to rock and roll together. And like her whole family is from Alabama. They all came in for the game on Saturday and a big wedding and whatnot. And man, we were in that hot tub taking shots and smoking too many cigarettes and late at night, and I got sick. But let me tell you, the Vegas flu, it often happens to teams that come and play Vegas, like UNLV and whatnot. So we call it the Vegas flu. But yeah, I got what I came for. I'm sick. It's fine. I'll get better. It was a great time. It was worth it. Cashed Alabama.
You were fresh off a breakup. How'd that whole thing go? Did you let loose? Were you on the rebound at the party?
Well, it wasn't really like a party. They got an Airbnb, so it was like her and her husband, and then like her mom and her brother and his wife. It wasn't a huge party. It was just you haven't seen your college best friend in forever, and so you stay up late.
So it's not like a stag party. You didn't bring in you didn't pay for dudes to come in to bang out.
No. Why would I pay for a dude to bang me anyway? No.
You people don't have to do that. We do.
Yeah, we don't do that.
You people.
No. Yeah, you people.
So easy for you.
No, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm sorry, I have a head cold. No, but it was good. Everybody looks at me like they're scared to death of me now, though. Like I went grocery shopping yesterday, had my mask, of course. I always wear a mask, but you got to sniffle, and then you're breathing in the mask, and you can't breathe right, and then you cough, and then people look at you and move away, and I feel like I have leprosy. I don't like it.
It's not a time to have a cough.
No.
It's not a good time to have a cough. I mean, sneezing's not even a coronavirus symptom, I don't think, but we're going to talk about this, I guess, but it's pretty smoky where I'm at. A lot of ash in the air here in Orange County. And now I'm my throat's itchy and dry. I'm coughing. Do I have COVID or do I just have a smoke inhalation?
Well, I keep taking my temperature. I haven't had a temperature through any of this. And also, I know what happened. I had wet hair at 2:00 in the morning and then went to sleep and blah, blah, blah. So, I know what happened, but I keep taking my temperature just to be sure. And I don't have a fever. So, I don't have the Rona.
All right. Good to hear.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. Your immune system could be just blown to bits here, and now you're
highly susceptible. Yeah,
that's the word I was looking for. Did you vote?
Yeah, I voted by mail. I did the mail thing and dropped it off.
Risky. You dropped it off though?
Yeah, I went to the polling place and dropped it off.
Did you check election rolls to see if your vote was recorded?
I have not, but I did see Justin Walker tell me how to do that and whatnot. So I don't know if I'm that deep in the game, honestly.
No. You're not going tonight until you check. So I'm sending you the web address right now, and you're going to check. How long ago?
Okay.
Mail it.
3 days ago.
I might not be there yet. We need your vote to count. Okay, we're not taking this down.
You don't even know. I went to John Kerry's rally. I'm like, I lived in Portland when Obama was elected. I'm a
I went
huge
to John
political
Kerry's
person.
rally.
I did. I saw Sheryl Crow perform there, and I climbed way high up in a tree so I could get a picture of John Kerry while he walked by. So I love politics.
I get it, but you have to make sure that your ballot's been accepted.
Yeah.
You don't want any shenanigans on the show. We have power in numbers on the show.
Yes, we do.
I don't know who everyone voted for, but I just want to make sure everyone's voting. Okay.
Well, that's my whole thing too, is like, just vote. I don't care who you vote for, just vote, That's it.
I mean, I do, like, if you didn't vote for the right person, you're off the show. But I mean, you do what you do what you want to do. You do what you want to do.
Brady said my
audio everyone thinks they voted for the right person.
Does my audio sound better now?
You're a little bit low. It sounds better.
Well, I got the mic. All right. I'm trying to go micless. I like having the hands, but I grabbed the mic. I like to have the hands. You lived in Portland, Allie?
Yeah. I went to college there. I lived there for 3 years at the Art Institute of Portland. But I worked, do you know where the Cheerful Tortoise is?
Yeah, of course.
I worked there for 3 years.
Wing night. Is it Thursdays for wings?
Thursdays.
I lived in Portland for a while, so.
I love Portland. It was a great city. I moved because of the cold, though. Like, I'm good on that.
Yeah, I couldn't. It's like the perfect place if you didn't deal with extreme seasonal depression.
Yeah, indeed. I remember, like, I lived I don't know if you remember, like, where PSU is.
Oh, yeah.
And there's that big hill. And I lived at a house at the top of that hill overlooking the river. And it was the year we got snowed in. It had to be 2009. And I had to, like, put trash bags on up to my hips because I had a dog and no wine. And, like, trash bags on, backpack, and walk down that freaking hill because it's, all, what are the jackknife, whatever those damn things are called. And had to walk and the whole way up with like 3 bottles of wine, a carton of cigarettes, and a bag of dog food. I was like, as soon as this snow is gone, I'm back in Vegas. And that's what I did. Like, fuck snow. Take your snow. I don't snowboard. I don't ski. I don't snow anything. I'll snow globe. That's it.
Snow globe.
That's it. I'm a desert rat. No thanks.
Yeah, Cheerful Tortoise, baby. Good place to get wasted.
Yes. Dollar beer night, man. Dollar beer night was the business, and you could order like 20 beers at a time, except Guinness because it takes too long to pour. And they had like 15 beers on tap. I was their karaoke DJ. I was their NFL bingo girl. Yeah, like it's how I got my start on a microphone. Was
Damn.
Cheerful Tortoise. Yeah. I love
Cheerful Bullpen too. If you ever went there, was that good Buffalo Bills bar?
I worked there also. They used to pay me $50 a game to go and sling from my laptop the Timbers game onto their TVs. They just like pay me money because I had a sling and I would do it and I'd do trivia and soccer shit and yeah. Oh, it's a great spot. I love Amy, the girl who owns it all. Amy Nichols is still a good friend of mine.
Well,
but yeah,
I could reminisce on Portland all show. I'm sure the Vegas listeners and viewers would prefer
we'll
not
leave
to.
you guys alone. Yeah, we'll talk later.
That's good. Kindred spirit.
Yeah.
Cofield, I really like your Dodgers hat, by the way.
That's right. This is how you celebrate.
With a bedazzled hat?
Yeah, absolutely. Pink.
Did you get that at the airport?
No,
That's
my guess is that the SO probably bought it for like $74 at Dodger Stadium, as she likes to do. She's very much an impulse buyer, and I'm always like, we can get it online. She's like, nope, I need it right now. I need the bedazzled pink LA Dodger hat. All right. It's all yours. Put your credit card up there.
Let's not forget about her roller skate debacle. Okay.
We talked her out of that. She didn't break her neck or anything else, but she was happy tonight. She's a longtime Dodger fan, maybe not the most hardcore, but she's a longtime Dodger fan and from the Valley. So she was very, very young when the Dodgers won the last time around. So
fair enough.
Alex was not alive. Allie was like 2 or something.
I was 8.
I tried to help you out there, even to admit your age. I mean, however.
I'm 40. I don't give a crap.
I was -3. So I've got the TV on here. I've got the local news channel on, and LA is partying in the streets, no masks on.
Nice.
I saw LeBron tweet earlier. He said parade with masks on. He's getting kind of roasted for that. I don't know if it's a great idea for everybody to be out and about right now. But I don't want to be the naysayer. Like, would you guys be out if in the streets right now? If it was your team?
Of course not.
Would I? It depends on what.
Rutgers wins the national championship.
Yeah, I'll die that night. Let's go.
That's how I feel about Oregon State football too. Like, if that did happen, I'm gonna die anyway.
If I'm lucky enough in like 6 years when the Jets squeak into the playoffs at 9-7 with a wild card berth, I will go crazy. It's gonna be such a happy night. Would I be out there? Probably. I mean, truthfully, probably not. I'm not a crowd person. Not a crowd person. Would I go? Like, would I go out and celebrate and have some people around me? Sure, I probably would. But the whole potential riot thing, I'm not down with. I don't like breaking shit. I don't want to get stabbed or get into a fight over something stupid. Because eventually Dodger fans will be throwing hands on each other.
I'm only 5'2", so I'm the same. I don't need to go into places like that. I get swallowed up pretty quick. So pass. Also, there's the COVID.
You don't seem excited, Alex. You're an LA area guy. Is Orange County not into the Dodgers? Who's your baseball team? Are you more Angels?
I'm more Dodgers than I'm excited. I'm excited. I feel left out.
You've never won a championship, in your lifetime with
no.
And that's a lot. That's a long. I mean, listen, it's not the Cubs. It's not the Red Sox. It's not the Nationals last year was what the Astros. It's not the same, but the difference is, well, the Red Sox and Astros have had plenty of moments before a lot of heartbreak before they finally won. But the Dodgers have been a premier franchise since 1988, most of your lifetime, and they could not win a World Series. That was super frustrating. You should be completely jacked up.
No, I'm excited. I'm not jacked, but I am excited. I'm excited. LA right now is the best sports city in America.
In terms of winning or fans?
Well, everyone wants to knock the fans. That's fine. But in terms of winning, yes, everyone will knock LA fans. But the LA fan experience is also top-notch. Weather's always good. Venues are great. Teams are great. Stars are here. Stars want to be here. Smorgasbord of options. I always get into this argument with people because people want to talk about New York sports fans or Boston sports fans. It matters more back east. And it probably does. It probably does matter more back east. I know it matters more back east. Like me, I have a Dodgers hat. I'm going to wear it tomorrow. I wore it yesterday. I'm excited. That's great. But I still think LA, it doesn't matter more here, but I think the experience you get as a fan here is top notch. You can't beat it.
I'll say this. I think LA does as good a job as in terms of their fan bases of actually being super inclusive and diverse. And I'm not sure that's always the case with other fan bases in the Northeast. I don't want to mention Boston. But the cross-section of fans that I see that are Lakers and Dodger fans is pretty impressive. So I'm not sure that's the case in a lot of places. So the fact that it brings LA together, I think is really cool. And you can see there's people of all economic backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, religious backgrounds. So, I'm sure there's members of the Jewish community who are very fired up, big Dodger fans.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Big Jewish Dodgers community. Sandy Koufax mural.
Yes.
There's a Sandy Koufax mural. I think it's on Fairfax. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Koufax on Fairfax? It's perfect.
The facts, nothing but the facts. I'll say this. I feel left out straight up because I am a Clippers fan and I thought this was our year to win a championship. And the Lakers Dodgers crossover is real tight. And Kawhi got booed at a Dodger game earlier in the season pre-COVID. So there's kind of this Dodgers Lakers fans are the cool team. There's a lot of Lakers Dodgers crossover, obviously, but as I saw someone in the comments say, Clippers get lumped in with the Chargers and the Angels. And I feel a little left out. I feel a little bit left out because everyone's like, hell yeah, Lakers, hell yeah, Dodgers, and just forgot about the Clippers. So I feel a little bit bummed in that way.
Well, the Clippers are kind of forgettable.
That's
just
that's
saying.
that's the thing. I mean, that's what.
Yeah. I like them with like Reddick and who was it? Reddick and Chris Paul and Blake
Lob
Griffin,
City.
was it?
Lob
Yeah.
City, baby.
I love that. I thought that was their best chance to win. I didn't see Kawhi going back to back in like another city, but I really thought they had a great shot at winning. That did not work out.
But I will say this: I'll make a prediction. I think the
Yeah, all right.
Clippers are the next LA team to win, and I think we see another LA championship in the next 2 years. So yeah, I'm predicting a Clippers championship win in the next 2 years. But I do think with all the good teams, Lakers could repeat. Dodgers are really good. I know people are high on the Rams right now. I think the Clippers are the next LA team to bring home a title.
I think that's a long shot, but I like your chutzpah.
Well,
kind of
by,
odd?
by the odds, it's not a long shot. The Clippers will probably be a top 3 choice again to win the title next year. Now, in that group of, if we want to roll in the football teams as well, Rams are probably a little bit of a long shot, but they're still very competitive, and they have one of the best coaches in all of football. But between the Dodgers, the Clippers, and the Lakers, if we're talking about the major sports, yeah, I'd say Clippers are third, but they're not far behind the other 2 teams. So will you give me even money? I get the Dodgers and Lakers. You get the Clippers?
Well, that doesn't really seem fair, right? Because you get 2 teams and I get 1.
That's a good call.
Dude, are you
Alex, do not make this bet.
Yeah, do you have confidence in your statement or not, bro?
Do not
Okay.
make this bet.
I've got confidence, but aren't you like a Vegas guy? Like, you know how this stuff works? Like, give me a fair deal here. You've been spending a lot more time at the
I do.
sports book than me.
Yes, you nailed it. I have 2 teams, and they're both likely the favorite in each of the leagues.
And that's not.
And your team is
And
not.
they have both won the championship of their sport.
But yeah, I would love to do some research on what the odds should be based on the fact that they're the defending champions in each league, and especially in baseball, NBA, we know you can win 2 and 3 titles in a row. Baseball, not always the case where you get some run of a team winning 2 and 3 in a row.
Okay, so Brady's actually proposed an interesting thing here in the chat.
Yeah, I like this. Go ahead.
I give you Dodgers and Lakers, and I take the field.
Yep, that's the bet.
No,
And we put
How
a cap.
many teams are in LA right now? Like the Chargers are LA now?
We got
and
yeah,
Rams?
I know you
And
learned this last week, but
I
Chargers
did.
are
I
LA.
literally freaking did. And then Anaheim, they're the LA Angels of Anaheim, right?
Yeah,
so they
the
count.
LAA.
And then I feel like there's still another one.
So
Like, how many teams do
Alan,
you get to freaking have?
Well, it's a giant city.
Well, I'm from Houston. We're the 4th biggest city. We've got a lot going on.
You
We just
do,
get one
but
of each. We get one of each.
we get 2 of each here.
I know. Clearly, it's silly.
And two Pac-12 football teams. If you want to throw SC and UCLA in.
Well, we're not even talking Pac-12 right now. That's a whole other thing. I'm just saying there's so many freaking teams in California. Seems a little ridiculous.
UCI baseball is pretty good. If we really want to go, there,
I like UCI basketball. Actually, they cover.
they do.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to take that bet, Cofield?
no. I'll give you odds.
Okay.
I'll give you plus money if the Clippers win a title. So this will have to be like a 2-3, could be a 10-year bet. Who knows? Maybe none of the teams win a title.
We could put an interval of time.
Could be a 32-year bet if LeBron goes down and
I'd love that.
Kawhi goes. If the Dodgers have COVID for months and months and months, who knows how many of the guys will be ready?
Yeah, so it seems like Justin Turner's going to take some heat, huh?
He's taking it now.
Is he currently taking it?
He's getting annihilated because so anyone who wasn't watching tonight, right after the game, they announced Justin Turner tested positive. So we're trying to find out the timeline. He gets pulled from the game. Then he's back out there in the post game, and a lot of it's off of TV, but maybe it's online where they're catching a lot of these screenshots. There's a bunch of screenshots with him like walking around without his mask on, and he's sitting there kissing his wife. Like, dude, get off the field. The optics of this are terrible. Now, odds are, because right now what we're being told is that he had an inconclusive test yesterday. They tested again today. According to some reports, the lab didn't get the info to the Dodgers until like the second inning. So the inconclusive test doesn't mean a whole lot. He may have tested positive yesterday. So maybe the rest of the Dodgers are like, hey, we were around you yesterday, so we're probably going to get it. So let's celebrate. Like, I don't know, man. Everyone put on a mask. Come on.
I'm just
This
looking
is
at.
so LA. That's how I feel about it. This is so LA.
Give me a break. This is so almost every other city in the country.
Ugh. It's just how I feel about the Dodgers is that they're like pretentious and we can do anything we want. And I don't know. I just don't like the Dodgers. I'm sorry. I never have. I never will. Yeah. Rob Manfred looked trashed. He was ham, damn, thank you, ma'am. And that's how I got sick last week.
Some people are coming to Manfred's defense because he was a stumbling mess and like all shaky, saying that maybe the audio had him laughed up. So we all know when you do stuff like this and you're getting like echo or some kind of feedback, it can really jack you up. So who knows? He started stuttering and he was kind of quivering. So the running joke was that it just hit him at that moment when he started like shaking and stuttering that he was like, oh my God, I just avoided 2 weeks off before Game 7. Like, this is a miracle that the Dodgers won this thing, because you realize the disaster? Like, they may not have been able to play, because obviously from here, all the Dodgers are going to have to test. Like the NFL, you could get positive tests like the Titans for like 14 days. If there was a Game 7, the Dodgers may not have been cleared for literally 3 weeks. We would have had we could have had a standalone. It's the worst case scenario. We could have a standalone. Could have had a standalone Game 7 in freaking mid-November,
like a Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the Dodgers have in their next round?
One more time.
I know. I'm having a Rob Manfred.
Oh, you're freezing up.
This is the Rob Manfred effect.
We jinxed it. We're like, we never have audio problems on this show.
Yeah,
like
fuck Rob
cracking,
Manfred. We
you're
never
freezing.
have audio problems.
That guy's not a pro. How is he not smooth? Come on. Because I alleged, yeah, it's better. I alleged when he was really struggling that he was reacting to the booing because they booed him like 3 times. And I sent out a tweet. I was like, come on, man. Really? Do you not expect to get booed? Come on, bro. You're like one of the most disliked commissioners out there.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably the 5G. It's probably the 5G getting her. Or it's just your boyfriend. He's cutting the wires outside.
Oh, my God. That dude did me dirty.
Do you have cameras around your apartment, house, whatever, townhouse, chalet, penthouse? She froze again. That's a good shot, though. It was like you were like.
I just checked to watch some of the roasting, or people are pissed at Turner. Everyone is like that is immediately now the story.
It's taken over. Yeah, it sucks.
That's crazy, though. You're totally right, Cofield. We could have seen a Game 7 close to Thanksgiving, standalone. No, Allie.
Yes, you are.
You're
because
back.
I disagree with this. The whole point of them having a 60-man roster for COVID is if your guys go out, you have to replace them with other guys. So then the Rays would just be playing like a second string of Dodgers, is the way I feel like it should have gone down.
Yeah, there's no way.
Why would you stop till all your starters get back? Those are the douchebags that got sick.
Well, you can't always assume that someone's a douchebag because they got sick. If one person is patient zero, it doesn't mean that the others are irresponsible. It doesn't mean that patient zero was irresponsible. Although by the looks of it, Justin Turner doesn't really look to respect COVID a whole lot. So,
but let me just say, I call them douchebags because they're Dodgers, not because they're douchebags. Okay, that had nothing to do with a human getting sick.
Let me ask you this, Allie, because I know you're a conspiracy theory type person.
Yeah,
you were rattling off some conspiracy nonsense on last week's show, but here's one that you might be able to get behind. Did Manfred have the Rays pull Blake Snell so that the Dodgers could win because they knew that they were going to have that standalone Game 7 issue coming up? They needed to get the Dodgers to get. They needed to get the series had to end tonight. Major League Baseball couldn't handle the scandal. They needed to get it over with. They needed to get it clean out. So they had Snell pulled. Dodgers win. End of story.
So now you people get how I think, right? Like it's honestly, I haven't put a lot of thought into it just because my brain is so gooky right now. But that's exactly the way that your mind has to think. It's not that you believe it or not, but you at least consider that it could be a possibility that this shit happens. And I feel like that's a very good conspiracy theory analysis right there. I had not considered it, but now that I do, sure. I always thought the Dodgers would win. I didn't ever think the Dodgers were not going to win the World Series. So like I didn't think too much into it. I didn't bet it very hard. I just always thought the Dodgers were going to win. So
why would you not bet it hard?
Just because honestly, the Dodgers ruin the World Series for me because I don't like to watch them. And as soon as they get in the lead, I like flip the channel and I do my split screen and I put them on the quiet one. Like I don't.
This is the worst example of betting with your heart, not your head.
No, I just didn't want to think about it. I didn't care.
You're at picks and parlays.
No, you don't understand. I have
emotion.
a million football games to think about. Like, I just didn't care. I want the Rays to win. I'm not going to like overthink it and put money into it. Like, I did bet a couple overs. I hit some overs. But like, as far as I just don't like the Dodgers. Like, what do you want from me? I just don't like the Dodgers. I didn't want to watch it. I didn't want to bet it. I didn't care.
Can I tell you, I bet with my heart, not my head, in this game. During the game, I'm watching. I'm like, my God, Blake Snell has it going on here. They're not going to hit this guy. They're not going to do anything with him. I swear, like I walked in the kitchen, I bet it. I turned the corner, and they tied the game. I'm like, all right, there you go. I was like, yeah, Rays 150. This guy's going to roll. I mean, he's going to throw eight shutout innings. And then Cash was like, all right, that's enough. The analytics say you're out. You go. We're going to put Anderson in against Mookie Betts, and then it all fell apart.
I hate that, man. I absolutely hate that. I don't get that at all. I don't get the overthinking thing. Why pull a guy when he's dealing? I guess there's numbers, right? Some sabermetrics person could explain.
I think most of it is third time going through the lineup. But the problem is they brought in Anderson, who has not really been great in the postseason. He's given up a run, I think, in 6 or 7 straight outings. And I mean, I believe there's a couple things here. What Cash did got them the success in the regular season and throughout the playoffs. So do you stick to what you do and, stick with that consistency? And frankly, it's what Dave Roberts does. Dave Roberts approaches the game the same way. Or are there times that you then go away from the analytics and you're like, I have a feeling for this, so I'm going to keep him in there. And he didn't do it. It backfired on him. So
it's got to be a hybrid, I think.
Bullpen's awesome, and they fell apart.
You've got to have a hybrid of the gut and the numbers. You've got to have a hybrid of the gut and the numbers because Roberts, if the Dodgers lost the series, Roberts is fired because he's got.
First of all, he's not. I don't think he's fired, but he would have gotten lambasted again. Like I thought his move of taking Alex Wood out and not keeping him out there for a couple more innings to bring in freaking Pedro Baez was really risky. Alex Wood was dealing. He had 20 pitches, 16 strikes, 2 scoreless. But this is what those guys do, and it gets them to the World Series. So, listen, I don't like it, but I'm also not, I'm a numbers guy, but I'm not a numbers guy like these guys are, and I'm certainly not qualified to freaking manage Major League Baseball. By the way, Allie, you're getting some guff over your judgment call on the Dodgers.
Oh, what's new?
Brady says it's time to remove you from the radio publication article. You're out. I will be reporting
Thanks,
this.
Brady. Yeah, yuck every week. Yeah. I know.
Jason Barrett. We'll find out about Allie Burns and that she bets with her heart, not her head. It's all over.
I didn't bet. That was the point. I love the Rays. I thought the Dodgers would win. So what do I need to bet on the Rays for? Done. That was my head. I saved myself a lot of money.
Left Coast Mike is now questioning your toughness that you can't deal with the Dodgers winning, but you can pee in a funnel.
I can deal with the Dodgers winning. I said they were going to win. I always thought they would win. Now they won. I don't like it, and I don't have to. The end. Thanks for your time, Mike.
Right now, hold up your phone. Bet the Dodgers to win next year. Do it.
No, gross. No.
Do it. Show us that
you made it past the Braves. Stop it.
Show us that you bet with your head, not your heart. We're losing faith in you, Allie. We know you're sick, but you're crying. She's not going to do it.
I'm feisty.
Well, here's the thing. You're not right now. You are not in a mood. you're not in a position to listen to any male telling you what to do. We know that. So. It's a cooling off period. It's going to be a while.
I don't think that anything I'm saying is crazy. You're going to say I can't. I mean, I don't know. I don't think anything I'm saying is crazy. I'm just answering your questions. The Rays were good, man. The Rays were real good. Did I think they were going to get past the Dodgers? I didn't. They were the best team all year. They're stacked, of course. Doesn't mean I have to like them.
It's a good point by Brady. Hallie shows up every Tuesday for us to all mansplain her.
Yes, I really do.
After dealing with some asshole mansplaining here for the last 2.5 years, she's got to come in here and have us bust her chops. But here's the thing. The Sports Radio PD article that featured Allie is like one of 20 up and comers breaking through. I've never been in that public. He doesn't know who the fuck I am. You're already in it.
I was number 1 out of 14 girls too. My
wow.
College roomie brought that to my attention. I was shocked. I was like effing shocked.
I mean, someone must have. I'm not saying you don't have wide exposure with picks and parlays, but someone must have brought your name up. Someone must have recommended you. Seriously.
Well, Chelsea Messenger is also on that list, and she's the girl who does it with, we flip-flop days. So both of the picks and parlays girls got noticed. Kelly in Vegas was on there. She's the first girl I ever heard talking about sports betting ever. Minty Betts, I've been following her forever. It was like, I couldn't even believe I was stuck in that group with these girls. So I was grateful, man, just grateful. It's kind of like you work so hard to get to your goal, and then that was the moment I realized I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of got there a little bit. So,
you've arrived. Alex, when are you getting into the big trade publication?
They don't know me, bro. They don't know my community radio show. They don't put any respect on my name. It's fine.
They don't know you from your legendary Portland producer days?
I don't know, man. I just Baker Mayfield style. I make note of who's not talking about me. The media isn't recognizing, and I use that for the chip on my shoulder.
That's motivation.
And it fuels me. So I appreciate them not putting me in there. Keeps me going on Sundays with my Sports Sunday, and it keeps me going here on Tuesday nights with you guys.
Well, you know what, Alex? If you need a little boost, I'm going to be in Costa Mesa for the week of Thanksgiving. If you need a guest host or a special appearance, you let me know, man. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to.
Costa Mesa Thanksgiving. Let's go. I've got the news on. I've got a TV out of, you guys can't see it, but it's behind my computer. And LA's crazy right now. Like the streets are packed with people.
What do you think the real, what's one of the big reasons LA is going crazy aside from winning a championship and winning one after 32 years? What do you think the other underlying reason is for both the excitement about the Lakers and the Dodgers? I'm not trying to throw cold water on the celebration, but I think there is a reason.
I think it's because everyone's been cooped up inside.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, it's 100% why. People are this is the reason. My friend FaceTimed me. She lives in Echo Park, right by Dodger Stadium. She FaceTimed me right when the game ended, and it was like nonstop fireworks and screaming out her window. And I think everyone was just flip a switch. And now I'm seeing the helicopter news flying over downtown. The streets are packed. LeBron's like, please let us have a parade. And I don't know how I feel about it. I'm kind of torn.
I don't think you should be kind of torn. I think you should definitely have a way you feel about it. Should we all go out and party in the streets without a mask, or shouldn't we?
We shouldn't, but I get it.
Do you want to leave the podcast? I feel really bad. We're handcuffing you, and you should be celebrating right now. You're longingly viewing the TV. Man, I wish.
No, man, I'm stuck here deep behind the orange curtain. I'm not. There's no one celebrating around here. No one's celebrating around here. Everyone's in LA. Hey, congrats on that, though, Allie.
Thank
I didn't know you were an up-and-comer.
I would have never known if Cofield didn't post it. So that was it really brightened my otherwise pretty abysmal week. So that was really cool.
Yeah,
I check that website all the time.
Pretty long story. I'll put the link in the chat. Cool. But it's pretty interesting.
Sweet.
I check that website for
jobs?
jobs all the time.
How's that working out so far?
I'm still here.
Not easy, right?
I'm still
Not ripping you. No, not
No,
ripping you.
Bro, it's not easy at all. I applied to so
I
many
will-
jobs.
Yeah, I'll just tell everyone who's in radio, it's tough, man. A lot of places cut a lot of jobs, so
Yeah.
I certainly feel fortunate to keep my job. I could be on the chopping block at any moment. Yeah, here's Allie's name right here. So you want to? It says go ahead and look them up. Allie Burns, Minty Betts, Lisa Kearney, Anita Marks, who's a WFAN lady, and she's on with Kazarian on the Gambling Show. Ariel Epstein, she's blowing up. Danielle Alvari, I think that's how you say her name. She's with VSiN. My sister Jessie Cofield, Rachel Bonetta, who's on with. By the way, it's not my sister, and she spells.
I was
Cofield.
gonna ask because like I see her all the time on the FanDuel commercials or DraftKings.
She's also like 24. It would be more appropriate if it was my niece or my daughter.
Yeah, fair enough. She's darling though. She is darling.
They're all great people. They're all
Yeah.
great people, and they're now, except for a couple, they're all on the list to come on Cofield and Company. So we're big proponents. I hope everyone notices that we do try to. I'm not going to say that I've banned white males over 50 from being on the show, but we try to make an effort to make sure that we're as diverse as possible because old ass crackers like myself, there's enough of us. We don't need to be hearing from old guys.
You're a curmudgeon. That's what you are. A curmudgeon.
Pretty much, but it has nothing to do with age. You just have to understand that. Curmudgeon-y stuff started back probably, I don't know, maybe like 13, 14 years old. So that was my style. Is this lady good? Candace Hare on TVG? The horse race? Is that horse racing? Yeah, horse racing, right?
I don't know her.
Which ones aren't great people?
I know who. The one.
Perfect. She's gone. Gone. There's no rhymes with.
You froze, Allie.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Am I back?
Now I would have anyone on. So it's a matter of they want to come on. So we don't get to book anyone we want.
Am I back?
You are back. You are
Okay.
back. Yep.
Is it the one you skipped?
I skipped a bunch.
Okay, fair enough.
I skipped Lauren Jaffe, Lissa Rose. If I believe I can't pronounce someone's name, I've learned over the years I just skip it.
All right.
Yeah, there's a couple. I'll give you some insight, like Pizza Rock Reeds. There's a couple of Italian meats I don't feel like saying, and some other stuff. Tony G puts on the pizza. I'm like, I'm going to skip that one.
I really want to try Pizza Rock.
Okay,
You
well,
bet your ass you do. They're freaking bomb, dude.
Very
I see
good.
Cofield tweeting about it, and you're a great pitch man. I see you posting about it, and I'm like, damn, I gotta get the Pizza
I
Rock.
look so happy, don't I? Like holding it.
Dude, that's the easiest thing to pitch. It's like freaking, I can't say, I was going to say free blowjobs. There it is. It's like the easiest thing to pitch. Once you have this pizza and like the variety of stuff you can put on it and they oven bake it, like, oh my God, I want to be on the marketing team for Pizza Rock because they are bomb, man.
By the way, I'm the marketing team. I'm the front man now.
I want it.
Chubby guy with pizza with a mask on, and I'm like an eye model. I've got to do. I used to, the mouth is the magical part. Make faces and stuff, big smiles, stick your tongue out. Now I got nothing. I got a mask on.
You've made a living off your mouth.
Yep.
Well, I told you, remember last time I was a deli girl. I worked in New York, Rocco's New York Italian Deli. I worked in Naked City Pizza. I worked at Bobo's Pizzeria in San Bernardino. Like, I have worked in many pizza places. I went to college for 8 freaking years. Like, I am a pizza connoisseur.
Did I yell at you? I think I yelled at you over, like, I didn't realize you have some pizza expertise, and I was lost on something. What the hell were we talking about?
It was your deli slicer and getting the spoon for it and getting a Hobart instead because you have a Zen slicer or whoever.
Yeah, you're a
heard
Zen
that.
chef.
Yeah, Zen chef. There it is.
Shit, that thing is.
Yeah.
Yes, we are already recognized. We are at the front of marketing these businesses that link up with us, and we're glad to do it, man. That's why we're here. What I'm going to eat some horse's ass who's like, the pizza's it's all right.
Do you believe that pizza has a shelf life? Like if you leave an open box of pizza on your kitchen counter, how long until you can't eat it anymore?
Alex?
I think you have, I think open box, 24 hours.
I don't believe pizza has a shelf life.
I would actually push it. I would push. Well, I would have to cover it because we have at least one cat that would eat the pizza. We have weird cats. But out at room temperature, I'm fine. You're asking the wrong person. We had a case where we had a drunk guy walk up to us at the Golden Nugget, and they've got a good pizza place there. And drunk guy puts down a pizza box. He starts going on and on and on, and then he just stumbled away. He forgot the pizza, and then like 2 hours after he left, the show ended, and I'm like, yeah, give me the pizza. I had a slice.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like he was a fat guy with leftover pizza. Do you think he didn't protect the pizza? Of course he did.
Pizza was protected.
I got to spit on the pizza or wipe his ass with it. Now that said, I did have a slice. I walked it outside to a homeless guy right over by the plaza, and the homeless guy's like, "What's on it?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, it's a free pizza. What do you mean, what's on it?"
Yeah, it's free pizza.
Have you not heard? Go ahead and finish it. Beggars can't be. Yeah, exactly. All choosy. You know, I don't like olives. Get it out of here. Okay.
I think a day, though. I think if I left it out without doing anything to it, I think one day, one full day, 24 hours is what I would do. Yeah.
Now, the pizza is good until you finish the pizza. That is, if it takes 2 days, if it takes 3, the pizza is good until you finish the pizza.
I don't know. 3 days.
I've left. This is such a misnomer. Ari, who eats nothing, he's such a picky eater, and he's just afraid of everything. 8 hours until questionable cheese stuff happens. I have left pizza in the heat of the Vegas summer overnight. I go out in the morning, I'm eating the pizza. I don't care. Your body, you build up your body by eating like an animal, and then you will not be affected. If you baby your body you're going to be susceptible to food poisoning. It's my body I treat with herd immunity. All the organs, you're all going to get used to bacteria and just really risky food, and we're all going to be okay.
Yep. I'm the same way. I have a girlfriend who's so big on, well, now I guess we all have to wash our hands. Like, I get that. But my girlfriend is so big on wash our hands all the time. But guess who's sick all the time? And guess whose kid is sick all the time? The people that wash their hands all the time. You know, me and my kid, this is different. I did this to myself, but I didn't catch some cold somewhere. No. Just wash your hands after you go to the bathroom before you eat. You're fine. You don't need to wash your hands every 10 minutes.
You were living like an animal. The weather got cold.
I'm a pirate, man. I'm a pirate. What do you want from me?
You were in a hot tub. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
It got cold out. It's the weather's fault, not your fault.
It was bitching too. They have it. You remember that game Sorry, where you push the buttons? There was like a floating Sorry, and it played all kinds of music, and you could control it from your phone. It had LED lights, and they all changed colors. It was super fancy. I never saw that before.
I get that.
Yeah. If you walk around barefoot, it's supposed to be good for your immune system.
Yeah, it grounds you with like the earth too. There's like a thing about grounding you. I got this from stewardesses when they would fly long distances. They would take off their shoes and go outside and stand flat foot on the earth, not the pavement, but the earth for like 15 minutes. And it recalculated their body clock or whatever it was. It like recentered and grounded them. I read an article on that years ago, but yeah, it's a big deal. Walk around with your shoes off sometimes.
It's weird. One of the things we haven't, like, we've gotten QAnon Allie and all her conspiracies. One of the things we haven't gotten from her is her kind of granola-like personality. Because the first time I talked to her,
Granola Alley.
Yeah, you remember what your nickname was, right?
Boob Rocks.
Boob Rocks, yeah. We go way back. She had a whole conversation about putting rocks in her bra, and I don't even remember. I just walked away. I'm like, what is going on with Boob Rocks? So.
You did not walk away. You asked me, what is a boob rock? And then I pulled it out and I showed it to you and I told you about it. And I said, it's a rock that you put in your bra. And it's like, they make bras where like they have little sewn in pouches to put rocks and crystals in, but it's just about like,
so what does it do?
Centering your body. Well, it depends on what the rock is. You know, like some rocks are like tiger's eye or for like courage and strength, or like a rose quartz is for love and romance. So like if I was on
what are
a
you
date,
putting in?
huh?
Oh, so I was just curious what rocks you were putting in the boobs.
Yeah, so like if I'm out on a date, I might do like a rose quartz because I want it to be like, romantic and loving. Whereas if I'm going into a job interview, I would do like a tiger's eye or something that was like a stronger rock that resembled something else. So I got over it. I don't boob rock anymore. I lost a lot of my rocks. That's kind of why I stopped. They fall out of your boobs. They fall out of your bra.
So you're like one of those people that's into crystals.
Yeah, well, I was the event coordinator and general manager of a Native American church for like a year.
Right. That's
So,
right. That was the other part of the conversation.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah.
Really, really weird.
Yeah, it was. I like organized like ayahuasca and peyote and
Wow.
mushroom parties and things like that, and would get people to sign up to go. And then I would find like these ceremony leaders and do the whole, ceremony, 2-day, 3-day ceremonies and fasting and purging and all that stuff. And so
How did you get into that? Was that like a classified ad?
No, well, my mom is actually who got me into it, but I just kind of knew, like I've been on the spiritual path since I was little because that's how my mom rolls. I'm just a little more rough around the edges than the tree huggers are, but
Wow.
finally
Crystal interference.
restaurant industry.
So many
Oh, no.
cliffhangers.
What?
Oh, you froze up again. There's so many cliffhangers today.
You
Am I
always
back?
freeze. You always freeze right before like the big drop.
It's part of my draw. I keep you boys wanting more.
Yeah, what crystals in the bra today?
No, but my mom knew a guy. I was like getting out of the restaurant industry forever, and I like did my tarot cards, and they said you have a whole new career, and that's where I went. And I just got offered the job to be their general manager, so I took it.
Hell yeah.
I don't by the direction of this podcast tonight. I don't know that Alex misses the big woke. He's going to take a couple of weeks off, but I don't know that you. Is that who you're referencing? We're talking about McKinnell, Big Mac, the big woke.
Oh.
Did you miss
I
him
don't get that either.
as your co-host? Well, we call him the big woke because he's
I
really.
thought he was
he's
the big Karen.
He's actually not that woke. He's been very perceptive over the years, and he's just very angry, which that's a lot of us right now. But I'm hoping to sign him to a new deal. No one gets paid on this, but I'm hoping to get him on election night. But I'm not sure he can handle it. I really, as it approaches, I don't know what the F I'm going to do on election night and the show and Cofield and Company the next day. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Dude, there's so much shit going on.
Let's make it a drinking game. Maybe we can make it a drinking game.
But I almost feel like, are we on too early? Like, are we going to have to wait until like 1 a.m. Pacific time to get real information on what's going on with DJT and Sleepy Joe?
Oh, that's what we're calling him, DJT.
Is that what
Let's not do that. That makes him sound cool and relevant.
Is that what people call him? Because I saw that in your tweet. Was he in Vegas again?
Yeah, he actually just landed like an hour ago.
What's he doing?
He is going to be speaking tomorrow, I think, in Bullhead City, Arizona, which is across from Laughlin.
I've been there.
He
Yeah.
landed out there, and apparently he was the rally tonight in Omaha, and I guess they were in some remote location, and apparently there were thousands of people who were just stranded in the middle of nowhere. He was just like, yeah, see ya everybody, and just left.
I
And
heard
then they're
some
like,
elderly women got treated for hypothermia.
Is that right? How cold is it in Omaha right now?
That's the headline I saw. I mean, I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, Jim says going to Laughlin, but yeah, Bullhead City, I
I
think.
thought that was the funniest thing ever.
It's 29 in Omaha right now.
Ooh, okay. All right.
I spent Thanksgiving in Laughlin 2 years ago.
Lovely, right?
Not a place to spend Thanksgiving. I mean, no offense to anybody here who has strong Laughlin ties. I had never been.
Why? What's the problem?
Well, we spent it at like the Atlantis Casino. It was depressing. It was a depressing place to spend Turkey Day.
Yeah, that can happen. But I love Laughlin. I love Laughlin so much I could never get depressed there.
What sell me on it? Sell me on it.
I love that Laughlin is very old school. It's very much stuck in the 80s. There are a lot of old people there.
Yeah.
But it's basically like it's a throwback to the 80s and like a very poor man's, even downtown Las Vegas, which, by the way, we'll get into this at some point. We just opened a new casino there. It's going to open, what time is it right now? In 40 minutes. So they had a black tie affair to open up the Circa for the special people. And I will be down there after the show. I will go down as a rep of the Great Unwashed and check it out. I will get some videos, and I can't wait. But I'm very excited. But Laughlin's just got, I like old stuff. I like 80s. I like musty. You know, I like you smelling that smoke.
Oh,
I
it
like
was smoky, bro. It was.
I like cheap rooms, cheap specials. You know, lots of good specials. We've gotten a little too corporate here in Las Vegas. So
I'm
Okay.
with you. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, okay, actually, looking at it through that lens, yeah, that's the experience I had. Maybe I should have appreciated it more. Maybe I need to go back to Laughlin.
Because, well, yeah, and like 2 years ago, I actually did Christmas there because I didn't have my kid that year, and me and the a-hole just wanted to get out of town real quick. And that's kind of the beauty of Laughlin is it's like a 45-minute drive. You can still bet and drink all night, but you don't have to be in Las Vegas to do it. So I'm a fan of Laughlin. I used to party in Laughlin in college all the time. So yeah.
I'm gonna correct Brady's statement here. I like women who were definitely in their prime in the 80s, but in that case, I don't want them to be musty. I'd like them to have like a classic female fragrance smell from the 80s. I kind of have to look up what I liked. You know what I liked?
Obsession.
You know what I liked from the 80s? There was a perfume called Sunflower. I like that.
It was like Mariah Carey's, I think, or something.
I don't know. It was some broad from Cincinnati who wore it, and I like it.
Oh, never mind.
That's it. That's all
I
I got.
clearly sent myself with Bud Light and Camels, so
I'm really the only one who can go back to the 80s and actually talk about, you know, sort of being an adult, which is it. So Alex can't. I mean, it's weird for Alex that the Dodgers won for the first time since '88.
It's not weird. It's not weird.
Yeah.
Wait, why would it be weird?
Because you weren't around.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I wasn't.
That part of it. Like that means it's been a freaking long time. I was trying to think of where I was on the night the Dodgers won. It was October 20th, 1988, and there's no way I'm going to remember. Can I be a cheese ball? I was actually thinking, I'm like, it'd be actually interesting if you could have video of a day or two and just, you know, pull it back up. But then you might realize, like, man, what a fucking mopey schmope I was that night. I wasn't doing shit. I was in college. Why wasn't I? What was I watching the game? Was I happy? What was going on? I'd like to say I was doing drugs and, you know, juggling 4 chicks like a month into college, but I probably was not. I think I was trying to find my way at that moment. That was a bummer. I don't know why I brought that.
We all were, Cofield. Hey, take it easy on yourself. I remember early college, I didn't know anyone. So if we went back to my first half of my freshman year, probably doing the same.
Well, that's how college is, right?
No, I think some people, as soon as they get there, you know, they start rolling. You know, they're in good shape. But it's a feeling out process for sure.
Yeah, it took me, late bloomer, man.
What is the party scene like at Oregon State? Like in Corvallis, is there? Well, I guess I was going to ask, is there a bar scene? But when you get there as a freshman and you're 18, you ain't going to the bars unless you have good fake ID.
I mean, it's your classic state school to me, just like parties, Greek life parties, house parties, like one wannabe nightclub. These people get blacked out at. Just a lot of like blacked out drinking house parties. I had a great time.
Cheap joke there. A lot of beaver.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
technically,
a Ducks fan, and the whole Ducks thing is lick those beavers. So,
oh God, you're a Duck fan.
yes, I am.
This isn't gonna be good.
You were so close, Alex. So close to getting.
I don't understand how a Duck fan could not like the Dodgers for being pretentious. Duck fans are the most pretentious.
Honestly, you know what? I was never into football until I worked at the Cheerful Tortoise, and the Ducks had Marcus Mariota that year, and they were just so freaking on them, and I'm just into the Ducks. So that's where I'm at, man.
Yeah, man. I just, there's no more new money team in college football than the Ducks. So I just,
Well, I'm sorry that the guy who owns Nike went there, but that's what happened. Okay, so get off us.
we don't need to get into we don't need to get into this on this pod, but it's good that I know that.
Fair enough.
What is going on tonight? We're jinxed. Did Alex's video just disappear?
I did. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I unplugged my camera. Hold on.
Oh no.
I want to see your hands when you come back.
Whoops, sorry. We were tubing.
Willie G said, "I wish I had video from around 90 in this town. A lot of liquor, a lot of weed, a lot of blow." Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what UNLV would have been like to go to school in 1988. I'm not sure, because it's kind of a it's still a developing campus. So I imagine back then it was very much a community college. And does that mean you just spilled onto the Strip in downtown and you could that was your college experience? Maybe. I would have been against it, but I'm not sure what it would have been like.
So Allie, you went to college for 8 years, so you got a lot of reps at different places.
I did. I went to University of Houston for 3.5 years, and then I dropped out. I married a guy I knew for 7 hours, and then I moved to England with him. That lasted like 4 months. Then I came back. Then I went to the Art Institute of Vegas. Then I went to the Art Institute of Portland. So yeah.
And which one partied the hardest?
University of Houston. It was late 90s. It was like rave days. And U of H, I went to the downtown campus. So it was like we rocked and rolled.
And Cofield, you went to Rutgers?
I did.
Go Big Red.
That's it. That's all I got.
Dude, Rutgers was balling last week. One of the handicappers that I work with, Dan Kaiser, he went to Michigan State. And on our live cap or pod that we do on Wednesdays and Fridays, he was like, there's no way I back Michigan State right now. You got to get all over Rutgers. So congrats on that win, man. If you can't get him from the Jets, you got to get him from somewhere, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I didn't bet him. I bet against him, but I enjoyed it.
You should watch my podcast, Cofield.
I still wouldn't have bet on him. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. I have some Big Ten ranting to do towards the end of the podcast, so we'll get to it.
I want to come back to something related to the Dodgers, because I checked Twitter and everyone is rolling on Justin Turner. I'm seeing tweets like, this is 1,000 times worse than banging on a trash can. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. This is like this baseball needs to come down hard on him. And I get it. Like I get the frustration, but then there's something about the sanctimoniousness of all that, about people on Twitter getting on their high horse and freaking out about Justin Turner, or freaking out about anything. I know it's pretty commonplace these days. Yeah. That then swings my pendulum back the other way in support of Justin Turner. So I'm kind of I know this is going to be the topic tomorrow everywhere in sports media. So I'm trying to feel out how I feel about it.
How do you feel about it, Allie? You want to annihilate Justin Turner?
Well, after the year I've had being an Astros fan, it just kind of makes me giggle. Astros suck, right? You shouldn't get caught cheating. You shouldn't cheat, but I mean, they all do. We got caught.
That's the more accurate part.
Yeah,
that's why the Astros should have been. And we
didn't even get caught. We got ratted on by a little snitch shit. Don't get me started.
All right, well, that's your. If you're going to cheat, then make sure you know everyone's character. If they're all of low character, the right kind of low character. They're just cheaters, not snitches.
Right, but like now, Justin Turner is knowing he has a positive COVID test is like going into a crowd of his teammates, his fans, his peers without a mask on and celebrating because he feels like it. I mean, what is worse, cheating in a game where everybody cheats, or going and being a super spreader? So I kind of like it. I can deal with that. It made me smile big. I'm
Here's
a
the
bitter
thing.
bitch right now, guys. I'm a bitter bitch. Okay.
The super spreader in this case actually will get lots of support. This will be politicized now.
Yeah.
That's how big this will be over the next week or so. There are a ton of people who will be like, they'll have his back. They'll have his back. Hey, it's a special moment. No one else is going to catch it. They might already have it. What's the big deal? It's over. If they get sick, they're elite athletes. They'll get over it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And I'm also, I've tried to do this more consistently. I'm not going to sit here and consistently just berate anyone who makes a mistake or ignores all the protocols, because I think a lot of us have been there where I know in my case, I've slipped more than a few times. So I'm not going to sit here and freaking annihilate people because I may get it. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do all the time. I've made mistakes. Like, unless you're locking yourself down and ordering in everything, you're going, and you're working, right? You don't know what.
This is so different. Somebody just pulled you from a World Series Game 6 and said you can't be on the field with these people, and then you won, and now you're out on the field with these people, and you're not just on third base while they're all in their respective areas. No, you're celebrating and jumping and hugging and sweating and spitting and whatevering with each other. So no, I don't agree that is the same thing.
That's a good point. You just bitch slap me. That's a good point.
I mean, I too, but I'm not making out with people or anything. Come on.
I have taken some risk, but if I knew I had a positive test, and here's the thing, I also have the kind of personality where I would enjoy being mopey in the back and being like, I don't get to celebrate, but
you totally do,
right? I do. So I would enjoy it, be like, and I would soak in the Cofield didn't get to celebrate, poor guy, and I'd be like, yeah, poor guy. I absolutely would not run back out on the field and be kissing, my wife or girlfriend. So some of the optics there are really weird.
The optics are bad, but the reaction is worse to me. And we knew it was coming. Like this of course is happening. Of course it's going to be politicized. Tomorrow morning it'll be politicized, and you're going to have, and I see it on my Twitter now, and I lean left politically. So a lot of my Twitter follows are ragging on Justin Turner. The optics from the Dodgers look bad. The quotes from Friedman are an embarrassment. This is worse. Like I said, I see tweets. This is worse than the Astros cheating scandal, which to me, they're not in the same ballpark. I mean, I know it's the same sport, but they're not in the same. They're different. They're different categories of scandals or outrages. But it is the politicization of it after the fact that's really frustrating. Like, it's not a good look, but it's not the end of the world.
But it is somewhat political. I mean, like, there are politics to this. This is like what we've been talking about since freaking March. Like, my ears are bleeding because I'm so tired of hearing about it. And if people would just do what Justin Turner did not do, we can stop fucking talking about it. That's my biggest thing. Like, let's stop talking about it by solving the problem. And that doesn't seem to be happening. And I'm over it. I need another headline. I need something else to talk about. But until it gets solved, we need to keep talking about it. And that was a dick move by Justin Turner. He gave us all the middle finger. That's what he did. All of you out there wearing masks.
What a rant.
So whatever. I don't care.
What a goddamn rant. And we didn't hear the end of it. You froze again. But we got it. He gave us the middle finger.
But I agree. Yeah. I agree with you, Allie. I agree with you, Allie, because we can't ignore it. And the people, I just saw clips, if we want to bring up politics, I just saw clips for a huge GOP congressional fundraiser I know right where it happened. It was over the weekend in Orange County, in Newport. Hundreds of people, maskless, at this big Republican donor's house. And it's like, what's the obsession with not wearing the mask? What's the obsession with not wearing the mask? I don't get it. So it's that politicization of it, where you're going to have people supporting Turner for not wearing a mask, and then you're going to have the people freaking out at him for not wearing the mask. Are you okay, Allie?
I ran out of breath from talking so much there. It's my COVID. No, I get that, but the thing with not wearing a mask seems to be this, like, you can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me I can't have a gun. You can't tell me I can't do this. You can't. That's what it is. No one's telling you not to. We're just telling you, hey, don't be an asshole. Put a mask on. It'll stop this shit. We can all go back to work.
I know we talked about this a couple weeks ago, Cofield. In my coverage of the Newport Beach City Council race, there's one candidate who's an anti-masker, who owns multiple restaurants, who doesn't make his employees wear masks, who doesn't require masks, and who actually lectures customers who wear masks to the restaurant, all under the guise of civil liberties, as if it represents freedom. It's the dumbest thing. And I went on a run the other day, and I ran on accident by one of this candidate's fundraiser parties in the backyard of someone's house. I saw it, and it was like 50 to 100 people, all maskless. And it's like, guys, just what are you trying to prove? It's the stupidest dick measuring contest ever.
Yeah.
Hey, Allie, how about we let you go? Because you're,
Okay, thank you.
you're losing it. And I appreciate you signing on for an hour or so.
No,
Talk-
cheers. I'll
some
log
other-
on and watch the show while I finish my beer.
See ya.
Bye,
All
Allie.
right, guys. Bye. See ya.
There she is. QAnon Allie. Nah, Alex is gone. It's just me.
Just
Everyone,
Cofield.
fuck it. I'm taking over. Okay. What else do we want to get to?
It was mostly World Series. Let me look at the rundown. I kind of forgot.
I have a rant for the I don't know, man. I saw stuff today, or during the game. There's still that element of people out there who are anti-Dodgers because they're big market. And a lot of it comes from people in the Midwest and the South. Shut the fuck up. We're all so tired in baseball of hearing about you whining that your billionaire owner with his team can't compete against LA. It's so stupid. And when you think about it, it's also incredibly hypocritical. Because what you're asking for in baseball essentially is socialism, right? And I thought so many people in the Midwest and South are all about capitalism, right? We fear socialism, but you want it in your fucking sports, right? You want it in your pro sports. The funny thing is, if you look around the Midwest and the South, the rules that they want to apply to baseball, right, where everyone would more than share the money and have a salary cap and be socialist, right? They never apply to their college football team. Like Alabama fans, you think Alabama fans give a fucking shit about Vanderbilt? They will outspend Vandy until Vandy can't win a fucking game. And it annoys the crap out of me. Some guy in South Dakota was whining tonight about it because he had sent out a tweet about, the small market Twins. And I'm like, small market? They're the 15th biggest market in the country. Their family, the Pohlad family, is worth more than the Dodgers owner. And then the guy fired back. He's like, owner's wealth has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with it. If you want to own a baseball team and you want to run it on a budget, fuck you. You don't own a baseball team. And as a fan, you're a loser if you buy this nonsense from the Pirates. And we've gone at it with Petro in Kansas City. Like, I don't want to hear, like, we can't compete. Really? Is that so? If I'm trying to think, if you're in Lexington, Kentucky, and you're like, whatever baseball team you root for, they're small market, we can't compete. Is that what you accept for Kentucky? No. You want Kentucky to outspend everyone they have to and destroy the opposition. So I just find it so funny that there are different rules for people in different parts of the country where they're like, we love socialism. They won't say that, but we love socialism and sharing everything in baseball so everyone can compete. Hey, what about your college football team? Fuck that. Buy as many players and, build the billions of dollars in facilities and crush the opposition. So I know I've done this right many times before, but
I hadn't heard that.
And I'm not even a Dodgers fan. It just gets so old. And think about it, the hypocrisy from, I don't know, like someone in Omaha, right? They're a Nebraska football fan, but they're a Royals fan, and they're like, the Royals can't compete. Meanwhile, when Nebraska was in its heyday, they were cool with Nebraska spending anything it could to get players, destroying the opposition, fucking flaunting the rules of like society. Like, hey, we have rapists and sexual assaulters on the team. Try to hide that. Where's the fixer? Right? It's win at all cost. But in baseball, if you have an owner who's a cheap ass and they're all filthy rich, it's like, well, we can't compete. He can compete. She can compete. They all have money. They're all billionaires. Get a new owner. That's what you need to root for. Are good owners who want to win at all costs. And yeah, spend money to make money. And if you don't make money because you spend it incorrectly, spend more money. So that's it.
That's a good take. I hadn't heard that take.
It's annoying. It's so annoying.
It's so hypocritical. Am I echoing?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Keep going. I don't know.
No, it's just,
I'm not hearing it.
If that take applied to college football, Stanford, USC, TCU, Ivy League schools, these schools with the biggest endowments would be the best schools every year.
Well, the other thing is if
you're talking about just money in the program, right? In theory.
I mean, there's money everywhere. That's a crazy thing. Like, you don't have to be in a big market. Like USC doesn't necessarily have more program money, like cheating money, than say Alabama. Like if everyone who supports football in Alabama is willing to put up big money and there are big money people there, then Alabama can still outspend USC. So I wish the rules were the same from fans across all sports. Like, crush the opposition, take advantage of every resource you have, and destroy everyone. But for some reason in baseball, there's this acceptance, and it's been since I don't know, probably the 90s, where they've been able to lean on this crutch and say, like, we can't compete. You can compete.
You're right. It is baseball.
Yeah, it's really the only sport because you don't. I mean, I guess people can complain in Sacramento and Milwaukee, but reality there is if you don't win, you're not going to have great players stay around. Like, honestly, if the Bucks don't keep Greek Freak, like, a lot of it's because the owners are not committed, and the Bucks shouldn't be mad. Like, if Greek Freak goes to Golden State, which, by the way, did anyone consider Golden State like some big market basketball team 10 years ago?
Not when they were playing in Oakland, when they were the We Believe Warriors with Baron Davis and knocked off the Mavs. They were the small, scrappy upstart team.
And then when they get Giannis, people in Milwaukee are going to be like, we got fucked by a big market. This is bullshit. Like, no, you got fucked by your owners, because your owners, again, combined, are worth more than the owners of the Warriors. The three guys who own the Bucks are worth $6.6 billion. Spend money. Basketball is the worst, because when you start seeing organizations who are like, the owner doesn't want to deal with the luxury tax, right? They don't want to go above and beyond. Then sell the team. Then you're not rich enough to own a basketball team, and your fans should be mad at you, not at basketball system. It's your fault. The fact that why weren't the Bucks involved to go get like legit 2 and 3 powerhouse guys, and they have a good team, but go out and get more. Right? You have one of the best players of the generation. You're gonna let him walk because you didn't surround him with the best team possible? That's ridiculous.
Am I still echoing?
No, I don't think so.
I think I am.
No, God damn it.
I'm bad.
Oh, really? Well, there's nothing on my end.
Okay.
The chat saying it's all over. Echo, echo, echo. Alex is echoing bad.
I'm trying to fix it.
Left Coast Mike is like, mute the computer mic.
I think it's muted.
You got the echo.
Try now. Boom. We're back. Nope.
You are now Rob Manfred. You've lost it. Even your screen is starting to get all pixelated. The green screen's getting jacked up. Oh no. He's back with better levels too.
I actually feel for Rob Manfred now. at first I was down with your take, Cofield, that he was just rattled by the booing. He wasn't ready for the moment, which, by the way, booing at a 25% capacity stadium, by the way. But now I'm like getting the echo in my headphones, and I can't even think about what I'm going to say next. I can't imagine if I was on the grand stage. So this was karma. This was karma. This was sports karma.
Wow. Sorry, I got all heavy at the end of the podcast. We wanted to talk some Halloween. So, Alex, how about we? I know, right? How about we cut it off now? Oh no, we said no. Oh, now you're good.
I'm good. I'm good, baby. I'm back.
Now you're good. Let's finish on the Halloween thing. What are you doing in a pandemic?
Actually,
you're getting the echo again, aren't you?
Yeah. Are you doing something on your end?
No, I'm really not. I haven't changed anything, and
okay. Sorry,
I don't need to speaker up. I don't think I'm.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna get back to you. But yeah, if you're hearing yourself, then
no.
No, big.
Better.
You know, honestly, my Big Ten rant is kind of related to. It's kind of related to the whole Midwest thing. So I hate the Big Ten. So I like being in the Big Ten as a Rutgers fan, and I can't wait until they're more than competitive in the major sports. But I'm so tired of whiny asshole fans in Ohio and Iowa and Nebraska. So they're annoying. They're entitled. My rant would be: no one wants to play. No one wants to fucking go to Iowa City and Lincoln, Nebraska, and whatever other economically depressed shithole that's falling apart. So it's coming, baby. It's coming, because there are only a few states that are actually healthy economically and have jobs for their graduates. So it's coming. Just wait with your arrogance in Iowa City. So
I think the echo's gone. So I do have a Halloween plan. I'm really thankful for my friend for doing this. It's his birthday, and he's a friend, I'd say, with a pretty big ego. And so he's having a Halloween party on Halloween for his birthday, like an afternoon barbecue turned into just probably a drunken fest. But he's making everybody get COVID tested within 24 hours and bring their test results in order to get into the party. It's going to be small anyway. It's going to be like it's probably 15 to 18 people, I think. Less than 20, he said. But he's making everybody get COVID tested. His fiance is a doctor, and you have to show your COVID test. I mean, it's not a perfect system, because in theory we could get tested Friday morning and pick it up in between. But I think that I'm excited for that, and we have to go dressed up as him in some version. He sent out an email with a list of about 10 to 15 options, different versions of himself. So I'm stoked. I don't have to do any thinking besides dressing up like this guy and go get a COVID test, which I haven't been tested yet during the duration of the pandemic. So I'm going to do that on Friday, and I'm going to go to this party.
Nice. Very exciting stuff.
What about you, Cofield? You seem like a guy that's probably not doing much.
No, I actually already went to a Halloween party over the weekend.
Oh, wow.
And I laughed my ass off, and I got some good video. And yesterday I posted a picture of a Gumby-like character who looked like he was railing some dude from behind. So it was actually one costume, but it was just a weird photo we got. And it was good. I distanced the people I didn't know. I tried to stay away from the group I knew. I hung around. It was good. It was good. May have thrown down an edible here or there. You never know.
Okay, Cofield.
Oh, don't underestimate my ability to get down. No, I really like Halloween. I'm terrible at coming up with costumes. I'm very lazy, very disorganized. So the significant other put something together. So I appreciate that. But no, once the party starts, I'm all in. We had a good one like 5 years ago at the house. Really good. Where we actually moved all the furniture out of like one of the main rooms, so that was kind of cool. And there are still drink stains all over my baseboards. So
I love Halloween too. Like, I'm all in on Halloween. Growing up, my family was all in on Halloween. I like dressing up. I like costumes. I keep costumes on deck. Like, I got in one of these cabinets behind me, I have like a couple like plastic containers full of just costumes, just in case. And I'm all in on Halloween too. Maybe someday, Cofield, we can party together.
Do I hate couples costumes? No, I would have done one if we had come up with something. I think the SO wanted to do something, but I think our idea got stolen. But not stolen, but someone else jumped in front of her. No, I would do a couple's costume. I don't know. I'm not. I don't like to stay in unless it's. I definitely I don't like wearing masks because it gets to be a pain in the ass.
I'm anti-mask, not in a COVID sense, but I don't like wearing masks, but I do like makeup. I do like doing like a clown. I was a clown a couple years ago. I went full clown.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the other night I stopped over at one of the cool local bars here in town, a place called Oasis, and there was a guy out front. I was leaving, but a guy out front, like full football uniform with the shoulder pads. It was OJ Simpson, and then I looked over and I'm like, oh, that's his girlfriend there with like blood all over. I'm like,
Oh
you're not
God.
Yeah, some big titted stripper who hangs out, veteran of the strip clubs. But I was like, okay, here we go. He didn't have any. Actually, he had a totally clean OJ. His OJ uniform was totally clean. I thought he'd have blood all over it, but I guess he didn't do that.
He had the pads and everything.
He had like good shoulder pads too, and I think he had eye pads, everything. Was
it USC OJ or did he have like Bills OJ?
He had Bills OJ.
Oh wow. Okay.
Was he gonna did he have Niners? What he really? Gotta go Bills.
Well, no, because I have a USD OJ jersey.
Oh, well.
I don't wear it too often. It's almost too much of a statement, you know?
I will say our house is, I'm not depressed about it, but the SO is very depressed that we're not going to have a real Halloween. So she loves giving out candy. So yesterday she went out and bought like 4 bags of candy. She's like, we got to have it just in case it happens. I'm like, there's no Halloween. The kids are not coming. I won't be here anyway. So goddamn punks. They're not going to approach the house with just her here. So maybe she can get a friend to come over. But I think Sisolak's shutting that whole thing down. Is there actually in the chat room, has anyone seen any announcement that basically, like, what would they do? They're just going to have like Metro rolling around town, scooping up kids, like, get off the streets, you punks. Costume. And yes, I'm 99% sure I'm at the Reno game, so I'm supposed to work it. Do you know this? I almost called you Adam. Alex, that so this new stadium we have here, the Raiders have no fans, right? 0 fans the whole season.
Yeah.
UNLV is playing Nevada. Big rivalry game. It's the first UNLV game at Allegiant because they share the stadium.
I saw that.
They actually are allowing fans in.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, wow. How is that legal?
They're going to let in 2,000 in a 65,000 seat stadium. Seriously.
For a UNLV game.
For a UNLV game.
Are they going to start letting Raiders fans in soon?
Nope. Mark Davis said, I'm not going to tell any fan at any economic level, any seat level, any price level that they can't come. So it's either we can fill the place or no fans. So
yeah, okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
I watched UNLV San Diego State on Saturday night.
That was a good game, huh? First half? It was good.
I bet the under, so it was cool.
Good for you. Smart play. Yeah, UNLV was not ready to play in the first half.
No, they were not.
They were not. It was not good. I do have to. I'm not going to name a name, but I did notice tonight. One of the local sports anchors actually used the line. The person said that they had confirmed with UNLV that the game was the quickest sellout in UNLV football history.
2,000 people.
Yes.
Hey, man, you got to take your wins where you can get them. You got to take your wins where you can get them when you're rebuilding a program or building a program.
No, but how do you say that with a serious face? Like, but the thing is, they're doing that. They're doing this stuff all over college football. They do it with the rankings. Like, there's all these new standards being set. Like,
I hate it.
Mentioning rankings. Like, this is never, we've never had this many top 10 teams upset. Like, the poll is completely invalid. Last week, we were breaking down. I think someone was asking us about, was it SMU Cincy? Someone asked us about, I think it was SMU and Cincy. And it was like the 15th most interesting game. We barely broke it down. And then I look on the scoreboard. I'm like, wait, both of those teams are ranked in the top 15. Come on, stop. Why are we ranking teams when 3 of the conferences hadn't played before last Saturday?
It's terrible. Well, and you see things like, oh, no Sun Belt. Sun Belt's never had this many ranked teams, or highest ranking in Coastal Carolina history. It's like, okay, cool, man, cool, sweet, sick, good for you.
Now I think we're getting clicking with your audio. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'm sorry, dude.
That's all right. It happens some nights.
Shit.
All right. I'm going to reach out to you during the week. We're going to come up with a plan for election night. We may just roll and be organic that night. I hope you can do it. Because I don't know that anyone else on the show is objective enough to not be crying. I guess if things are going well for certain people on this podcast, then we can have them in. But if they're not, all hell's going to break loose. So maybe we want that.
McKinnell, keep Big Mac in a cage, and we'll just got to know whether to lift the gate up or not.
He ain't gonna be in. I don't think he's got something going on. He's busy because he asked for the next couple of weeks off.
Good for him. I'm moderating another local debate on Thursday, so
they're still debating.
We put this one together. There's a very close state assembly race.
Really?
For our state assembly.
And where can people watch it? Or you have to go in person?
No, it's going to be over Zoom. Even though I'm sure the GOP candidate would love to do it in person, but it's going to be over Zoom Thursday night. Really, guys, this is niche content, so I don't expect anybody from here to watch it. But go to Good Morning Newport on Instagram, and we'll have a Zoom link there Thursday night.
Do you get a big audience? Like, if you're doing this, obviously your desire is to have an impact. People watch. Like, why would the candidates do it unless there's like thousands and thousands of people watching?
We'll see. When we did our city council one, only a few hundred people were watching. But this one, if we can market it right, or like if both candidates agreed to it, it's less than a week before the election. But I think that tells me that it must still be pretty tight based on their polling. I know this was a seat that flipped blue last year or last 2 years ago. And so I know there's a huge push to flip it back. So it's contested. It should be good. Should be good stuff.
All right, Alex, we survived it. Thank you. Guys, tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, we'll talk to Petro. And I'm sure tomorrow's show will be crazy with this Justin Turner thing. But I'm glad. I don't even know what I was talking about earlier. I was trying to correlate, Turner to making a mistake and catching COVID. But Allie was right. She smacked me around a little bit. I like that. Not that way. She came over the top and was like, shut up. Turner was being irresponsible. But, man, it's going to freaking blow up tomorrow.